Now, our last visit to the Formula Palmer Audi Championship was back in July, when young guns Victor Jensen and Jon Barnes were fighting for the championship. Ben Edwards now fills us in with the second half of the season.
The last 6 races of the 2006 season took place at famous venues in 3 different European countries. First up was a trip to Snetterton, with top spot in the championship tied between Victor Jensen and Jon Barnes. The first of 2 races saw the young title contenders start from the front row of the grid. Both got away well, and Jensen maintained a narrow lead ahead of Barnes until several incidents, including this one between Giacomo Petrobelli and Aaron Steele, forced the safety car into action. After the restart, Barnes seized an opportunity to pass Jensen at the chicane. This allowed Jon Barnes to open up a lead, and the Southampton-based driver took the first race by just over 2 seconds from Jensen in second. In the second race, Barnes got a flyer from third on the grid and managed to get ahead in the opening stages. Looking to capitalise on his win in race 1, he started to pull ahead, whilst Jensen was held up by James Wingfield. But he soon got past the slower driver and put in several fastest laps to close the gap on Barnes. Unfortunately, when lapping Barry Walsh, Jensen was held up and gave Barnes the advantage he needed to score his second win in a row and leave Snetterton with a narrow advantage in the championship. And so the FPA moved across the water to France for 2 more rounds at Dijon. Jon Barnes was in no mood to hang around after qualifying on pole for both races of the weekend and winning them comfortably. But for an intervention by the safety car in race 1, he would have taken the checkered flag in both rounds by well over 10 seconds, and by Sunday evening his lead in the championship had extended to 31 points. By contrast, Jensen had a difficult weekend, finishing 5th and 8th respectively, with this crash in the second race all but ending his chances of a podium finish. Next up were the final rounds of the season, which took place at the picturesque Mugello circuit in Italy. The championship would be decided in 3 races during a rainy weekend at the Tuscan venue. In the first race, Jensen looked to be cruising out front when this mistake allowed his rival Barnes to take the lead. That was all the encouragement he needed as he rattled off the last 11 laps without incident to take the win by a significant margin. The second race would be a decisive one as Jon Barnes sealed the championship with a record-breaking 6th win in a row. And with the championship done and dusted, an elated Barnes signed off with yet another win in the final round of the series. This year's Formula Palmer Audi Championship was a tale of 2 halves, with the youngsters dominating the top 2 places and the evergreen Chris Hyman taking 3rd. Victor Jensen was unable to drive home his advantage after a strong start, but the season belonged to 23-year-old Jon Barnes, who's now hoping his status as FPA Champion 2006 will help his career in motorsport move up to the next level.